Yeah, right guys, it was Bryony, my daughter's birthday yesterday. I made her a cake. Now I'm not going to show you making the sponge or the icing because that's a whole separate video on its own. Just going to show you me assembling the cake and decorating it. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, and by the way, I have found out why some of my video files are not transferring from the camera to the computer. I'll stick it in the footage somewhere, it may help somebody else in future. Okay then, nice sharp knife to start off with. And what I've done, I've made 3 sponges, your basic vanilla, red velvet and a chocolate sponge. Even though I'm using silicone cake tins, I've still sprayed them with release agent and put baking parchment in the bottom. Around the outside with a knife just to free them up. And what I'm doing here, I'm just using the top of the tin to get an even thickness on the cake. And we'll save that for something later on. Always a nervous moment, tipping the cake out. Yes, that's alright, that one. Phew. And off with the baking parchment. Spookily, my cake cutter set with just the right size to form 3 equal size rings. So a big one first, then the little one so they don't collapse. And I know the little one's going in there because that's the only colour not there already. I covered the cake turntable, my rickety old cake turntable. I think the bearing's gone in it. Yeah, digress here. Covered it with foil and applied a few dabs of icing just to stop the cake from sliding around. And like throwing putty on a wheel, get it in the centre, give it a test. Not too bad. And you can see there that the vanilla sponge didn't pop out of the tin so well as the other two. Not that it really matters because it's all going to be covered in icing anyway. And in with the Diggy CAD drawing of the finished product. It's like a checkerboard effect inside the cake. Seedless strawberry jam on the first layer. Very therapeutic, just like plastering a wall but horizontal. A bit of measure twice cut once here, I don't want to get this wrong because once it's down it's covered in jam. So, chocolate ring on the outside. Then the vanilla. And then the red velvet. And this layer is topped off with a buttercream filling. Then on with the final layer. And there's only 3 pieces, so it's red velvet on the outside, chocolate and then vanilla. If it all looks a bit wobbly, like I say, it's the bearing gone, so it's not leaning over, it's just rickety. Makes it a bit difficult to ice actually. I've iced the outside of the cake with well, it's chocolate icing. It's almost a ganache really, but it's not. There's not much cream in it. And for the top of the sponges, I just whipped up some buttercream and a Biscoff spread. Lovely. And all I'm doing around the outside here is just like building up a little buttress, if you like. You'll see why in a minute. And then it's on with the surround. Loads and loads of Micados. I think it was like 4 boxes actually. And yes, that is rain. I've got the window open. And you'll see why I missed the overhead footage in a minute. This would have looked great overhead, but there you are. What's to be is to be. I just poured on some microwave Biscoff to make a liquid layer, almost toffee-like. Divided the top up into 8 and then filled it with confectionery various. We got Maltesers, marshmallows, cream eggs, Dolly mixtures, M&Ms, Mars bar, there's Dolly mixtures, there's Haribo in there as well. And here we have the finished article. I was rather pleased with it. I love the way the Biscoff dribbled down the side of the Mikado sticks. I delivered the cake to Bryony in the morning and had 6 or 7 hours of anxious waiting to see how it turned out. But I was happy in the end, and so was she.
There you go. What is that? I can't see. Oh, awesome! Look at that.
The cake, Layla.
It's delicious.
How's the cake, Logan?
Delicious.
So yet again, I'm wondering why there is no overhead footage. I dug out the advanced user's manual, and on page 295 I found this. Caution! When importing movie files exceeding 4 GB to a computer, use either the Canon EOS utility or a card reader. No, not me. I just plug the USB cable into the camera, open File Explorer and transfer files to wherever I want them. And I don't just transfer them, I cut them, so they've gone forever. Live and learn, I now use the Canon utility. Another little snippet for you. Do you know why you can only record 29 minutes and 59 seconds of video on a camera? It is because of tax purposes. Anything longer than 30 minutes and a camera is considered to be a camcorder and attracts between 5 and 12% tax. So the manufacturers restrict the time limit on stills cameras.